Hey guys, and welcome to the battle phase. Today we're taking a look at a budget Dragonling build, post the ban list. So the ban list implied quite a few constraints on the Dragonling deck with the banning of Crystal Hockey Fibers and Chaos Ruler, but we are also going to be playing by additional constraints here because we're also going to be building this deck on a budget. So almost every card above €5 is going to be cut out of our repertoire, and this includes cards like Borload Savage Dragon, the whole of the Adventure and the Brave Adventure engine, and also the new Bystial Magnamut, which is for some reason a very expensive super rare. So with both of these constraints, I was trying to build the optimal budget Dragonling deck that's also a fun combo deck, and I come up with the Crusadia variant. So the Crusadia Dragonling, I felt like this is a very good version to build on a budget, and I will explain why as we go through the deck profile. The combo tutorial for this deck is going to be also posted on the channel, and you can find the link in the description below. But without further ado, let us go into budget Crusadia Dragonling post ban list. So, because this is a Crusadia deck, I have to also notice, for every card we show in the profile, the price is going to be listed on the bottom so you can track along the budget with the profile, and I'll talk about it a little bit more at the end of the video. But yeah, since it is Crusadia Dragonlink, we are playing the Crusadia monsters. So we are playing 3 of every Crusadia. So 3 Crusadia Maximus, 3 Crusadia Draco, that is a dragon, so that's very important, 3 copies of Crusadia Arborea, and we also played the 3 copies of Leonis and the 3 copies of Crusadia Reclusia. So we're basically playing 3 copies of every Crusadia. Now, why are we playing all the Crusadias? Crusadias are really good because you want to open 1, but if you open 2 or 3, it's also good. Why? Because Crusadias can act in this deck as normal summons and starters, as well as special summons because of their effect and extenders. So when you're going to be drawing the first Crusadia, that's going to be your normal summon, because you can normal summon the Crusadia, link into Magus, then Magus is going to add the Draco, you're going to special to Draco, and Draco is going to bring back the Crusadia normal summoned, and because you haven't used that Crusadia's effect to special summon, you can then summon it again. So that makes Crusadias also good normal summons because they give you enough value back. So the best thing about this deck is that the first Crusadia you draw is going to be a normal summon, every next Crusadia you draw is going to be your extension. Right? So this deck is, because of that, very, very consistent. So that's why we play all of the Crusadias that are available. Obviously, we're going to try to open 2 Crusadias if we can, 1 for our starter and 1 for our extender. So to open at least 1 Crusadia in this deck, this is a 50-card deck. We can afford to play 50 cards because we have so many starters, as you can see. To open 1 Crusadia, we have 85% chance. To open 2 Crusadias, we have 48% chance. So Crusadias are, for that reason, give the deck consistency and much needed extension. But another reason why I thought the Crusadia version is really strong is because we run of course, 3 copies of Format Skipper. And alongside with him, of course, we have to play also the 3 copies of Parallel Exceed here, and then of course the 1 more copy of 1-for-1 that tutors Format Skipper directly out of our deck. So not only does Format Skipper and Parallel Exceed go very well with the Crusadia engine, because you are going to normal summon the Skipper, you're going to reveal the Magus in your extra deck, you're going to link him away for Magus, and then Format Skipper's effect is going to trigger, adding you the Parallel Exceed to your hand. So then you can use this Parallel Exceed as an extender, but even better, to go into Traptrix Rafflesia, because you're going to then have 2 level 4s, and Traptrix Rafflesia is going to be able to protect your whole combo from hand traps. So that is really, really important. This engine actually gives your combo hand trap protection, and this is really important. So you can use either Parallel Exceed as extension if your hand lacks, if you opened badly, or you can use it as hand trap protection, and that is going to be before you make your summon number 5, so you are going to be Nibiru proof if you open these cards. So these cards go very well with Crusadia, but also protect you from combos, from hand traps. And your odds of opening at least one of these cards, which you need to going to Trap Rafflesia is going to be 55% chance. So every second game, you will open one of these cards, and you will be able to perform your combo without worrying about Nibiru or any other hand traps. So that is the second reason why I think it is really good to play this deck with Crusadias, especially if you're on a budget. Now we go into the Dragon Link portion of the deck, and I'm gonna shock you with the interesting choice at the start. We first run 3 copies of Rokket Caliber. Now, okay, let me first finish the Rokket engine. We also play then the 1 copy of Tracer and the 1 copy of Absoluta Dragon. This is a very, very weird ratio for the Rockets, but it goes something like this. This combo has been affected by the ban list, of course, and now requires you to, beside opening Crusadias, you have to open at least 1 level 4 or lower Dragon Extender. And Rokket Caliber is exactly that. You don't really want to open more than 1 Rokket Tracer, you don't want to open more than 1 Absoluta Dragon, but you can open more than 1 Rokket Caliber, because if you open 1 Rokket Caliber, you can use them as an extender. If you open 2 Rokket Calibers, you can use 1 as an extender, and you will special summon the other one off of the Boot Sector launch. If you would open 2 Rokket Tracers, you could only summon 1 off of Boot Sector launch, and the other one would be a brick in your hand. So out of that reason, Rokket Caliber is a lot better in this scenario, and is almost always then running multiples of Tracer. Obviously, you need Tracer and Absoluta for the combo, but only 1 of each because you access them through the combo, and then Caliber is going to act as an extender no matter how many you open. And you also have to have more rockets because you also run quick launch, so you need to have targets in your deck. Moving on with the extenders, obviously the best extenders here are Black Dragon and White Dragon. We run 1 of each. These are just really, really good. Our level 4 lower dragons, so that's really good for our combo. And also, you know, they give you extra extension because one's going to search the other, and it's going to be really good. No Chaos Space in this deck because it is a budget deck after all. So we run just the 2 dragons on the run. Another really good extender is the 1 copy of Destrudo. We run the 1 copy of Destrudo if we open the Rokket, Tracer, or Absoluta, and we don't have to access it through Dragon Ravine. You can set Destrudo off of Dragon Ravine, and also some other cards that we play in this deck, like Dragon Shrine and so on. Now we come to a few bricks. We do play a few bricks. So the first one is going to be a Vector Pendulum. Now, this is pretty interesting, okay? We run Unexpected Die, and I'm going to talk about that more when we come to the Unexpected Die. For now, let's just leave it at that it is a extender. So I wanted to run a level 4 normal dragon. I chose Dark because this deck has some issues setting up Dark Dragons at the start of your combo into the graveyard. So then sometimes the White Dragon is going to be dead in your hand. So with Luster Pendulum, if you use it of Unexpected Die, you will have your White Dragon live in your hand. That's the primary reason. Other than that, it is a level 4 normal dragon that can be accessed by Unexpected Die. You guessed it, Artifact Scythe. The combo does include a Scythe lock, so we will include Artifact Scythe in our deck. And the last card, it is a new card from Power of the Elements, and that is a Grand Tusk Dragon. Grand Tusk Dragon is really good. When he special summon, you can destroy up to 2 cards on the field. And you guessed, one of them can be your Artifact Scythe, and one is going to be your opponent's card. And you're also going to special summon it from your deck during your opponent's turn with Spheres that we obviously run in the extra deck and are a part of our hand board. So these 3 are your 3 monster bricks. You know, all of them are still usable in your hand because anyway, all the combos are going to require you a discard off of Dragon Ravine. So opening them is not that bad. If I talk about a little bit about the bricks, the chance to open 1 brick, because we also run 3 more other bricks in the Spell and Trap department, to open 1 brick is going to be 49% chance, and that is quite a lot to open a brick. So every second game you will be opening a brick. However, in order for you to perform the combo, you just need 2 Crusadias and an extender. That makes 3 cards, and you're still going to have 5 cards going first in your hand. So if one of those cards is a brick, you are completely fine. The only problem is if you would maybe get 2 bricks in your hand, but the chance of opening 2 of these bricks is then only 10%. So every 10th duel, which we can live without. So that is also that is also doable. Moving on. Now that we finish with the monsters, I want to talk about a little bit about extenders that also slide into the spell area, and that's going to be 3 copies of Unexpected Die and 3 copies of Dragon Shrine. Okay, very weird selection of spell extenders, but there is a reason behind them. So Unexpected Die is going to special summon your Luster Pendulum, and Dragon Shrine is going to send Destrudo to the grave. Okay, so both of these will act as extenders. But there is another reason. And that reason is because Hal got hit, because Chaos Ruler got hit, we need to find ways to still make the combo with those limitations. And one of these will be going into a rank 4 exceed at the end of our combo to extend, okay? And the best level 4 exceed extension is obviously Dugaris, okay? We're gonna make Dugaris, you're gonna detach, and you're gonna special from the grave, and you will be live in your combo. But Dugaris is gonna force you to skip your next main phase, which is not ideal. So we found another alternative to that, and that is gonna be Degusto Emerald, who can detach to special a level 4 or lower normal monster from your grave. And it does not force you to skip your next main phase, and it is the same extension as Dugaris. So we try to go to Emerald as soon as we can, I mean, as much as we can, and avoid Dugaris. But in order to activate the Gusto Emerald's effect, you need to have a level 4 or lower normal monster in the grave, and that's exactly what these 6 cards are going to achieve. How this is done will be shown to you in the combo tutorial video. All you need to know that Unexpected Die summons from the deck your level 4 lower normal monster that you then use as an extender. Is going to be in the grave, and Dragon Shrine sends your level 4 or lower normal monster to the grave and then extends with Destrudo. But in both ways, you're going to have your level 4 or lower normal monster in your grave to summon back with the Gusto Emerald. So that is the reason behind these extenders. You know, they're not optimal, but they have a reason why these are here. Moving on, we have the best extender that is basically Quick Launch, obviously. You know, gotta love your 3 copies of Quick Launch. You run enough rockets, so you always have a target for your Quick Launch. Is gonna be usually Rocket Caliber. Now, I want to mention another thing when we said that we were running 3 copies, we were running Caliber alongside with Tracer. You probably didn't see any Rocket Recharger or any Silver Rocket Dragon or anything like that. You only see Tracer and you only see Caliber. Because we are a budget deck, we cannot run Borderlord Savage Dragon, which that also means that off of Rocket Tracer's effect, you will not be special summoning the Recharger to go into the Savage Dragon. Rather than that, you will be using Tracer's effect to summon back a Rocket and then link with these 2 monsters. But for that, they can both be tuners. So it doesn't matter one is non-tuner and one's tuner. So that's how this deck gets rid of us playing an additional brick that would be the Recharger or the Silver Rocket Dragon. So yeah, Quick Launch, very, very strong as well. And then another extender that has some interesting backstory to him is going to be 3 copies of Living Fossil. Now, again, Living Fossil acts as a extender. Okay, you're going to use it, you're going to special summon your dragon from the grave and extend with him. Crusadia Draco, that is, because you're going to have access to Crusadia Draco all the time during the combo because of Crusadia Magius. One more thing, Living Fossil then banishes, but the best thing is that Guard Dragon Pisty can summon from the grave or from banished. So the fact that Living Fossil then banishes your card doesn't matter to us here. Why Living Fossil if there are so many better extenders? Well, you are correct. This reason also lies in the banning of Hulk and Chaos Ruler, and that is that sometimes we can go into the Gusto Emerald, but we need to extend through other means, and that will be making the Power Tool Dragon. And through Power Tool Dragon, you will then have to reveal all 3 Living Fossils, and you will be able to add 1 back to your hand, 1 into your hand from your deck, and you will be then able to extend with it, right? So that is the reason why we play the Living Fossil in the deck, because we can extend through Power Tool Dragon. Because, as we said, to go into Degusto Emerald or Dugaris, you do need 2 level 4s. And sometimes you also have level 3 Crusadias, which can go into a level 7 Synchro with Rocket Tracer, but wouldn't be able to go into a rank 4 Exceed. That's why we also play the Power Tool Dragon. And as I said, Living Fossil is an extender by itself, so opening it just opens you an additional extender. So that is really, really nice. The card filling up the 50 cards in the deck is World Legacy Guard Dragon. a perfect extender as well. Just really good. Now that we am talking about the extenders, to open a dragon extender in this deck, you do have a 94% chance. So you're always opening the extender, which is really, really good. To open 2, you still have 71% chance. So opening extenders in your hand is really good, either playing through hand traps or getting to your combo. So that is a really good thing about the deck. Then, of course, the mandatory one-offs, we do play the Cold by the Grave. The card's just really, really strong. And the final bricks, or so to say, 1 copy of Boot Sector Launch and 1 copy of Dragon Ravine. Dragon Ravine is going to be accessed by Dragoon Knight Romulus, and Boot Sector is going to be accessed via Striker Dragons. So you don't want to see these. I count these towards the bricks. And the final card in the deck is Gravedigger's Trap Hole. We play this because you can send this off of Traprix Reflegia if you make it to negate hand traps. So this is the card that gives you hand trap protection. So this, alongside Boot Sector and Dragon Ravine, and alongside the 3 monsters, form the 6 bricks in your deck out of 50 cards. But, as I said, it's only important that you don't open 2 bricks. 1 brick is completely fine. Before we talk about the extra deck, a little bit about the combos this deck can perform. Those are gonna be, you're gonna have to open 2 Crusadia monsters and a Dragon Extender, and you already have full combo. That combo will sadly also include a discard, but a discard is always present in your hand. If you manage to add to this a format skipper or a Paradox Seed or a 1/1, you will be hand trap protected through the entire combo. And the odds of you opening the hand trap protected combo are 25%. So every 4th game, you will be comboing Nibiru proof, hand trap proof. But the basic combo with 2 Crusadias and an extender is very consistent in this deck. So with that out of the way, let's go into the extra deck, which is the more expensive portion of this deck budget-wise. We're starting off with the main card of the show, and that's 1 copy of Crusadia Magius. This card is really strong. This card allows you to play Crusadias in this deck because it's just so nice. You're gonna link 1 your Crusadias that you normal summoned or your format skipper, and you're gonna then special summon the second Crusadia into the arrow he points to, and he's gonna add Crusadia Draco to your hand that then does your Dragon Link plays. So Magius, very important. Second 2 cards are also very important to Dragon Link. That's Striker Dragon and that's Guard Dragon Pisty. Both of these are amazing. Guard Dragon Pisty is amazing extension. Striker Dragon adds you the Boot Sector Launch. The final card in our Link ones is the Linkuriboh. The reason why we played the Linkuriboh, and Linkuriboh is here only because of the reason that we played the format skipper. Because you're gonna normal summon the format skipper, reveal Crusadia Magius to make him a Crusadia monster, but then your opponent drops a infinite impermanence on skipper. He's not a Crusadia monster, you wasted your normal summon, he's on the board, what do you do then? Well, you would pass your turn. But because we play Linkuriboh, even if he's not a Crusadia monster, you can link him away because he's a level 1 into the Linkuriboh. Linkuriboh has a down arrow, and then use this to special summon your second Crusadia and extend to your combos. So Linkuriboh is very relevant when you get hand trap on format skipper. Basically, your opponent just hand looped himself for 1 by doing that. So this is the array of our Link 1s. Moving on to Link 2s that we make during the combo. Artifact Dagda because we sight lock, and Dragoon Knight Romulus because we need to search the Dragon Ravine. These 2 Link 2s are extremely important. Moving on, we now have the Link 2s that are the part of our end board. Obviously, Spheres. So Spheres are going to special summon the Grand Tusk Dragon from your deck, who's going to pop your sight and one of your opponent's monsters. So that's really good, besides being a bounce by itself. And the second part of the end board is IP Masquerena. So this is a very interesting card here. We go into IP Masquerena off of the Rokket Tracer, pop Boot Sector Launch, special summon the other Rokket, and then link into IP Masquerena. The reason why we do this is because, again, Boreal Savage is out of our budget, and there is not really that many too good level 8 monsters, so then we just make the IP, right? So that is all of our Link 2s. The only Link 4 is the Boreal Sword Dragon. This is mainly there for going second, and if you open enough extenders, you can actually OTK. If you don't get disrupted, this is really good with Reflegia, so you make hand trap protection, and then you go into Boreal Sword, and you go for game. Or for that turn 3, your main phase 1, when you interrupted your opponent with your end board, you just make Boros or Dragon and go for game. The card's really strong. For our Link 5s, we do play 2 Link 5s actually. Obviously, we do play the Borderland Dragon, this is the part of the end board, but we also play the Underworld Goddess. Now, why do we play the Underworld Goddess? Well, we play the Underworld Goddess because you will have a lot of monsters on the field. Because you will be popping Artifact Scythe with your Grand Tusk Dragon, so he will be on the field. You'll obviously be summoning Grand Tusk Dragon from the deck with Spheres, so that's already 2 bodies that you gain on your opponent's turn, and you will also obviously have your IP Masquerena as a part of your end board. And would you look at that? Link 2, Link 1, Link 1, this is already Link 4, which means you then just use 1 more opponent's monster, and you make the Underworld Goddess during your opponent's turn using IP Masquerena. So I think that is just really, really strong and surprises a lot of people, and is obviously an additional interruption. So they have to do with Goddess, and you linked away one of their cards. So these are our Link 5s. The obvious card, again, we do play the one Trap Ecclesia. You make this with Parallel Exceed, and when you make this, you have Gravedigger's Trap Hole in your deck, so you can negate the Nibiru, you can negate the hand traps. Now to the cards that are important for our combo because they let you extend to perform the whole combo, and as we said, that will be Dugares, and that will be Degusto Emerald. So like this, Dugares extends in any situation. Degusto Emerald only extends if you manage to get the normal monster to the grave, so either to the Dragon Shrine or through unexpected die. So I do run the Dugares because he's usable in any case. You make him with the one of the Crusadias plus the Rokket Tracer. Because he's usable, he always extends your combo. Well, the Degusto Emerald can only extend your combo when you play normals, if you have a normal in your grave, but doesn't skip your next main phase when Dugares does, right? So I play both of these because my next main phase seems to me very important, especially by playing Boros or Dragon. But you can easily cut the Degusto Emerald if you're fine, and then play something else on the spot of Degusto Emerald. For instance, a Nightmare Unicorn or anything like that. That's additional fodder for your IP Masquerena. But yeah, these 2 are important. I said you make these with Rokket Tracer and one of the Crusadias, but if that Crusader is not level 4, you need to be able to also go into Power Tool Dragon. That's why I run him, because that Crusadia is level 3, you're gonna go level 4 Tuner, Rokket Tracer, and level 3 Crusadia into Power Tool Dragon. Power Tool Dragon is gonna review the 3 living fossils in your deck, add 1, and with that living fossil you will extend. So these 3 need to be in the deck to allow you to perform the combo despite the Hulk ban, the Chaos Ruler ban, right? This is the reason why the cards are here. So this was the whole of the deck profile. I think this is a very fun deck to play. It is budget, but besides it is also heavy combo. Again, combo for the combo in the description, and it also can protect yourself from hand traps. Now let's talk a few words about the budget. So on the screen now you will see the Excel sheet with every single card in our 50 card main deck, and more importantly on the right side you will see the sets in which the cheapest printing of these cards can be found. So looking together at the whole main deck, you can get the whole of the main deck for only 7.62 euros if you buy all the cards for their lowest price, for their lowest offer. But more realistically, for 24.48 euros if you're buying cards of the average price other people have bought them for. The values in dollars are also going to be displayed. I would just like to mention these are card values as of the 1st of November 2022. So the release of this video. So these values obviously may change. And these values have been taken off of Card Market. So if you are buying off of TCG Player or any other sites, these values may vary. Now moving on to the 15 card extra deck, which is a little bit more expensive. Again, you can see it on the screen right now. And in bold, you can see all of the sets where the cheapest printings of the extra deck cards can be found. The combined value of the extra deck is going to be 26.64 euros, again, if buying everything off of the lowest offer, and 42.56 euros if you buy all of the cards on the average price other people are buying them for. putting together the extra deck and the main deck, for the whole extra and main, you will be paying 34.26 euros if everything is bought of the lowest offer, and 67.04 if you buy everything off of the average card prices. Now, from the calculation, you will see that this deck truly is budget, because you will be paying between 34 and 67 euros for the main and extra. The true budgetness of this deck comes from the fact that every single card, most of the cards in this deck are mostly pennies or cents, and almost no card in the deck, only a few exceptions, reach or exceed the $5 or €5 mark. So the most expensive cards in the deck are going to be IP Masquerena, coming in at around 7 euros. Predict Seal of Heavenly Spheres, coming around 4 euros. Artifact Dagda, coming around 5 euros. Borrelsword Dragon, coming around 4 euros. And Trapper Reflegia, coming around 4 euros. Those would be your most expensive cards in the deck, and they hopefully will not break the bank. So guys, don't forget to check this budget deck's combo tutorial, as already mentioned, in the description below. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.